The patch notes for Season 2 are finally here, and we're going to go over everything you need to know about Season 2. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So I finally have the patch notes for Season 2, and I'm so excited, but just be wary before I read this that these may be subject to change in the near future. Again, stuff happens, stuff pops up, but just be wary of that, and now let's just hop right into it. So right here, they talk about a lot of different things. We'll just go over it really quickly. They say that tomorrow there is obviously a big update to the game. They've got a lot of feedback from the game. They appreciate us playing, us engaging, us giving them so many different things of knowledge for them to understand how to make the game better. And they say over the course of Season 1, they've learned many things, bugs, stuff like that, squashed a ton of them, and they just learned a lot, and now they're ready to get started with Season 2. And this is what basically it says for the wipe. If you don't know how the wipe works, basically the things that will survive are any vanities that you purchase, like weapon camos, skins, all that type of stuff. You'll keep all of your Aurum, which is the triangular shaped token, all unclaimed. Achieved an eligible Aurum and vanity rewards from a Truna Pass will be auto-claimed. So if you didn't claim anything in your battle pass, they'll automatically be claimed and you will get them automatically if you completed it up to that point. And any unclaimed vanity Twitch drops will be claimed. If you get a Manticore or something, that doesn't carry over, only if it's like a knife skin or some type of skin of some sort. The stuff that's going to be re-granted to you is equipment that you got in welcome packs. This stuff is like a Manticore or something, or scrappers, whatever's in there. Nothing too crazy, something to get your wipe started. You also get starting equipment from Badam, so he's going to give you a ton of starter stuff so you can rock in Fortuna 3 and just start your wipe peacefully. Then everything that's destroyed is literally your whole stash, all your K-marks, all your quarters, everything that has a level is reset to 0. Basically a clean wipe for you to start off on. There also is a new map called Ferris Island, and this thing is sick. There's a lot of lore here. I'll stop it if you want to read it all the way through, but you can read any of this if you want. A remote area, there's lots of danger, there's a lot of different things. There's also a new thing called the Void, and if you fall into the Void, read this in yellow: insurance will not be paid out if you fall into the Void in Ferris Island Caverns. This means if you fall into the Void, you don't get anything. You won't get your K-marks back, you don't get Aurum, you get nothing back. So don't fall in the Void. Now they also mentioned something called the Forge. They say in the darkest depths lies a massive outlandish machine. Its exact origins are unknown. It's very alien-like. You have to explore the abandoned faction camps, research facilities, because maybe it can hold evidence to kind of teach you what the heck is going on down here. It says the Forge holds great power for those cunning and brave enough to unlock its potential. So I think this has to do with something. Who knows what it's gonna be, but I guess we all have to figure it out. Kind of like a little Easter egg hunt, which I'm excited for. Now let's go over the improvements that they made along the way. Crescent Falls and Ferris Island, which are map 2 and 3, are now gated behind campaign progression. So you can't get to Crescent Falls or Ferris Island without completing a certain step of the campaign. So no more jumping straight into Crescent right away. You need to complete some type of steps. So we're all going to be funneled into Bright Sands right in the beginning. They also implemented a ping restriction system, which is going to start over the next days, and this will be tweaked per region. So you can obviously still play with different friends. That's the goal that they have. But again, they have to do certain things to keep the game at balance. They say this system can be easily modified. So again, if there's a big issue, they'll fix it. They know what they're doing. They'll fix it if there's some major controversy. They're also adding a trusted status queue, which is really what I want to talk about for this. This is super, super important. We're going to read this whole thing. Added a trusted status queue to the game to hamper the creation of alt accounts and separate them from the existing player base. This system is a first step in deterring the process of creating alternate accounts, specifically in regards to ban dodging. So people get banned, they make a new account, they hop right back in like nothing happened. This voids that. They can't do that anymore, or they can do it, but they won't be in the same queue as us regular people. This will work automatically behind the scenes. They look at many hidden factors like account age, purchase history, and they determine what status of your account is trusted and how trusted it can be. Trusted parties will get their own separate matchmaking queue with other trusted parties, and vice versa with non-trusted parties. So again, this is a huge step in the anti-cheat, and it also counters a lot of different stuff. Trusted and non-trusted players can still party together, but they'll be placed into non-trusted queues. This is one of the first steps in their effort to make alt count spam more difficult. They'll be adding this system over time with more and more and more barriers. They made some improvements to the anti-cheat's internal detection to automatically ban cheaters. They made back-end improvements to the game to make an actual development of cheats more difficult, and they made the ability to reconnect after losing your connection or crashing has been added to the game. It has its limits, and you will be vulnerable while reconnecting connecting. So if you do crash out, you can join back in. But my guess is your character literally just stands there out in the open and just waits for you to come back. Now, with the new season comes a new Fortuna pass, and this photo is absolutely beautiful. Holy shoot, this is the first time I'm seeing it. This is beautiful. In season 1, the paid version of the pass was $9.50, included XP boosts and different stuff, emotes, banners, charms, stuff like that. Now, 2 amazing new prospectors are available in season 2, and they're the Cultist and the Explorer. I'm guessing this guy appears the Cultist, and this is the Explorer right down here. They also revisited some of the item distribution in the past to make progression through levels more and more rewarding. They revisited the amount of XP needed from the BP. They've reduced some amounts of bonus percentages, so they're just making it a little bit more balanced. So what you'll find in the pass is 2 prospectors with 2 variations ready to conquer the caves, and I'm guessing this is both of them, and honestly, they look so tough, dude. I am so excited. They added more weapon skins to the game as well. This Brute one looks absolutely sick, and they have some supply crates to help you going along their way. I don't believe we've seen this one yet, this Osiris crate. I don't believe we saw that in Battle Pass 1. Don't trust me, I'm not too sure. But again, they have these different things. Give an Abyss alloy to support your journey on Ferris. This thing looks absolutely sick. What is that, dude? Oh my god, that looks epic. Maybe it like sells for a ton. Who knows? Maybe it's like a 300k. Who knows? They also added different cosmetics to help you voice your unique style. And this is a pretty sick pod skin. This looks like a shiny type of brick or something. It looks sick. And then this is a pretty cool dagger slash knife that we got going on. And then these 2 are some of the free items that you can get in the free version of the Battle Pass. After countless requests, the grand return prime time is back, baby. This skin is sick. If you know Last Sign Prince, he usually rocks this skin, and he might be a little upset, but guess what? I'm coming with the heat now. This comes with Prime Time, Entertainer, Eye Fortuna, Party Time, and Prestige, and there's more than 70 combinations of headgear. Look at this mask. Please look at this. This is absolutely breathtaking. I am gonna rock this thing all season. There's so many different variations. If we just oh my god, there's so many different variations. There is changes to gear and armor. There's increased armor and penetration values for exotic weapons, helmets, and shields from 29 to 30. They also increased armor penetration values for legendary weapons, helmets, and shields from 32 to 33. There's a rare restoration shield crafting recipe is changed from Rattler Skin 5 to 8. Rare tactical shield crafting recipes changed from 5 to 8. Rattler Skin Pale Ivy Blossom is also increased from 1 to 2. The weapons also got some little changes. The PDW increased damage from 9 to 10. Bolt action got an increased price cost from 6,800 to 10,000 KM. I think is a really positive change. The Manticore has increased projectile speed by 10%, which it needed. The Scrapper got increased damage. The Maelstrom reduced spread by 20%, because I'll be honest, I hated this gun because I couldn't hit a shot, but that's a user error. I see a guarantee got reduced horizontal recoil by 25%, which is pretty significant, but that thing was swinging, bro. The Phasic Lancer got reduced projectile speed, so you can probably dodge it a little easier, and it increased the refire time from 0.26 to 0.35. You can't shoot it as quickly, and the Phasic was a really strong weapon in season 1, so these are some really solid changes. The Flechette got increased projectile speed by 10%. The Gorgon got increased shots per burst from 11 to 15 and reduced the vertical recoil. I never really saw the Gorgon, to be honest, much. The Advocate got reduced damage from 11 to 10. That's good because the Advocate was a huge meta in last season. The Basilisk got increased projectile speed by 20% because it was a really slow shot. Comrade got reduced projectile collision by 75%. Comrade needed something, and this is definitely going to help. Now, there are new grenades in the game. There's a light grenade with 10 pen and 84 radial damage, standard grenade with 17 pen and 81 radial damage, and an assault grenade with 30 pen and 81 radial damage. Let me just tell you right now, the assault grenade is absolutely nuts. They also made a change to gas grenade. You can't buy it in shops anymore. You have to finish the gas grenade optional quest line, and that makes it unlocked so you can actually craft now. The crafting cost went up from 300 to 1,000. They also increased the cost of common tactical shield and helmet. The shield was 450 to 680, and the helmet 380 to 560. And they say, lastly, we've added a whole new component to how defensive gear work in the game that relates to the ancient technology of the Forge, but we'll let you explore and discover this on your own. So again, part of that Easter egg that we have to figure out together, work as a community and figure this stuff out. Now we have Batum's Codex. After completing the tutorial, prospectors can check back to Batum to access the Codex. Codex contains information on the game and the world of Fortuna 3. This will be expanding in future seasons, and it'll just have more information just about the game in general. Crescent Falls loot tiers have been rebalanced, and we'll look on the map just to show you. There's also been a new key room added to Nutrition Warehouse, and a certain number of spawns have been removed from Northwest and the East, so the spawn ports are just going to be more various. But here we are. These are some of the changes. They added a little bit more of the high extreme danger areas, like right here. So I've already played, and the Marauder, I saw some significant changes in its attacks, in the way it moves, moves, because when you guys usually know the Marauder, you go up to him, he usually screams, opens his mouth, get a huge tick of damage, does the same thing, then he's dead. Not anymore. In the beginning, he usually never opens up with an open mouth. He usually just goes right away for a double swing, and it's like an extended double swing. Then he has a new attack that does this thing where he kind of gargles, kind of pukes a big thing of acid at you. And the Marauder, I'll be honest, is a lot harder now. So those dungeons are going to be harder. Everything is going to be harder. The Marauders are much more difficult in my opinion. But you can read this patch of the Marauder. Just pause the video. Again, I think they're significantly harder just by the way they work. Not that they've made it harder, just that the way they work and what we're used to. Now, in general, they improved animations for local fauna, except for ticks. No one likes those annoying pests. I've almost died to ticks so many times, man. I think ticks are the most dangerous creature on Fortuna 3, I swear to God. Now for the art, they added new and improved canopies for many trees. They added all crates and containers have been reworked to improve performance and quality, which is really, really good. And they said, we think that's a really great change, which is, again, there's just memes all over this, all right? And they improved the broken tree trunks to give a better feeling that the land has been ravaged by the storm. So here we can see some of the improvements. The trees look a little bit different. They look a little glossier. The boxes can look a little different. And it just looks overall better. And when I was playing, again, it looked significantly better. The faction campaigns got tweaked and adjusted. Quest lines have been changed and expanded with a total of 48 new missions. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, that's crazy. Existing missions have been made less repetitive. New campaigns will guide you through Ferris Island and its depths, which is a good thing because, again, I ran through the missions so quickly. This is a really positive change in my eyes. Also, for the miscellaneous, they changed and adjusted the durability of key cards. Good thing those things don't break easily. And again, these are all the other regions, all the other key cards if you want to read all of those if you're interested. They added new loot points, natural resources, mineral nodes, and a quest line relevant items. They got more varied NPC lines, increased frequency of distant lightning strikes during a storm by 50%. No worries, they're just to light up the environment and can't damage you. So again, you'll have more lighting around the area, but I think this is just to kind of cover up all the lightning strikes that we had, because we would always see lighting and we knew there was a guy there, but now this can make it more sporadic, so we just don't know where people are at all times. Shock grenades can be found in daily crates with sufficient player quarter upgrades. I don't know what those are, to be honest. Did we read about that? I'm not sure. We're sure this change must come as a shock for you. I don't know what's going on, man. You can also now upgrade different things. So we already had nickel to altered nickel, and now we can upgrade Titan ore and Veltacite. You can't upgrade Veltacite to Veltacite Heart, but you can upgrade it to pure Veltacite. Now, they changed weight and stack size for Meteor Core and some legendary items. So Meteor Cores can now be stacked to 3, which is such a good change. Veltacite Hearts can also be stacked to 3, but their weight got increased significantly. Strider Heads got a stack size reduced from 10 to 5. Rattler Head, same thing. Marauder Head, same thing. Crusher Head, same thing. Heavy Strider Head got 10 to 3. Mature Rattler Head, 10 to 3. Savage Marauder Head, 10 to 3. And again, there's a lot of different things. They adjusted and polished a lot of first-person animations. I can tell you there's one weapon that I love that got a new animation, and this thing looked lame, dude. And they made a lot of improvements to the Jeff, and they added new sounds to Marauders. Scarier Jeff is fun. I'm telling you, Jeff is terrifying now. Jeff is hard. He's scary. He makes noises that just shouldn't be made, man. Pebbles are no longer considered a sand trap. Birds will now fly away before a storm starts. So silent birds means you're gonna have a bad time. So basically in the storm, you won't hear a bird. Now the death recap screen will show additional information, including helmet shields. They're adding sorting options in the selling menus, which is really positive. Stack sizes now show properly on purchasable stacks of items in crafting stations and faction shops. These are all things that are gonna help the game and overall things. And bug fixes that they have is general anti-cheat fixes and improvements to help our detections run more smoothly. DirectX 12 got disabled for Epic Games, along with 356 other bugs got fixed. Holy smoke. And again, these are some known issues that they're gonna fix, but don't worry about that. Again, you can read them if you want. Closed beta 1 contest winners have their name in the game now. I don't know who these people are, but Ratcha Z, Deathstalker, and a top Derek Mountain. Congrats, dude. Boys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. This.